Hey y'all, it's my review for the Real Housewives of Potomac, Ep.3. Ooh, this episode was a lot. Like, they hit the ground running. So let's just get into the episode. So we start off where we left off, like the fourth wall break. Candiace is talking to her producer. Where's Eric? I need Eric. I need Eric. She's basically making the case that her husband is not Michael Darby. He is not the bussy grabber. So y'all need to find another target. Poor Eric, he's just saying like, what do you want me to do? Like, he is a producer to Candiace. He probably has no type of say. Like, whatever she's complaining about is probably way above his pay grade. Giselle gets back to the other ladies and they're all trying to wonder what's going on. And Giselle, she's like, oh, I guess she's talking to Eric. I don't know. Ooh, and here go the tissue, the perfectly folded tissue. Like 3 episodes into the season, I think that is a record, y'all. Y'all will not do this to my husband. Y'all will not. Anywho, after she finished talking to Eric, she storms out, doesn't tell nobody bye. Everyone's just confused. She says in the confession that she needed to get out of there before she rat-tat-tat-tat on somebody. Now, Candiace, we not gonna talk about threatening to fight somebody. I mean, considering. Like, that can't be the first method in your mind to do. I mean, if we keeping it all the way 100, I don't think Candiace can whoop anybody's ass on this cast. Just saying. So we're back with the ladies as if nothing transpired with Candiace, and Wendy's just telling them about her new business venture, well, possible business venture with Peter, Penelope Thomas, Bailey. The ladies are kind of questioning her decision to do this, but she's saying that, she's only contributing 20% to the business, and he has 80%. Ashley reminds her, at the end of the day, it's still your coin, and $300,000 is a lot to me. I think it's a bad idea, but then again, Wendy's grasping at straws for a plot line. Producer Giselle then takes this time to address Mia and ask her why she didn't respond to her text message about the whole do you have cancer, do you not, how she approached her. And they start to talk about it, but then they decide to separate themselves from the other ladies to have a private conversation. While Giselle and Mia go talk, the other ladies are discussing it as well, and Ashley brings up how Giselle was probably the main one thrown under the bus along with Robyn. Wendy's saying she's choosing to give Mia the benefit of the doubt. 1, because she lost a friend to cancer, and 2, like, if she actually does have it, you don't want that dark cloud over you and you being the one who's saying that she didn't have it when she actually did. Now, Robyn is saying that I believe that she's going through something. But the post she put on her Instagram was very misleading and confusing. And you said you went to the cancer center, but you don't say your results. I think I can see Robyn's point. First of all, it's Mia. Mia, I think we can all say that she's a pathological liar. Second, the post was confusing. It was very misleading. It's like, oh, I'm going to see about it because I may have it. I would personally wait to broadcast that type of sensitive information. We cut to Mia and Giselle talking, and it looks like Giselle just wants to put this behind them and move on. Mia tells her that I just would have never thought you would have attacked me over that post. I would have expected it from New Booty Wendy. Speaking of which, we cut back to Wendy, and she's saying that she did give Mia the benefit of the doubt, but then a little later, she was kind of questioning it herself. So then Robyn jumps on that and she says, well, if you felt that way, then why did you try to throw me and Giselle under the bus? Like, oh, what did those two say? Wendy says she didn't recall saying that. So production, they try to bring back the clip. To be fair, she didn't say Robyn's name. And it looks like Wendy was just getting clarification from Mia saying, well, does Giselle feel that way or do they both feel that way? They're now going back and forth over drama that has nothing to do with them and over Mia, of all people. Wendy's standing firm that they gave 2 different sentiments, and theirs was doubt and hers wasn't. We cut back to Mia and Giselle apologizes for her very inappropriate delivery. And then Mia says if she has a problem or a question about something she did, you don't have to go all around the Mayberry bush. I thought it was mulberry, but that's just me. She accepts Giselle's apology, and they're good. But then meanwhile, now we got Robyn and Wendy going at it in the other room. I think this is just more personal. Like something else is going on between them than the whole Mia thing. Because this is just uncalled for. They are getting louder. Wendy is saying, stand in your truth. Stand 10 toes down. And now we see Robyn getting up. I'm like, oh Lord. Charisse in the middle trying to be referee, but it's not working. Why is Robyn getting out her seat and walking towards Wendy? Y'all, this is all in the first 10 minutes. First 10 minutes.
We did. Mia, do you feel okay? Yeah, absolutely.
So the situation calms down and Mia and Giselle are good. So I'm like, why the two of them, why are they arguing? Y'all are arguing over a known liar. I think they just don't like each other. Mia then confirms to the group that the doctor ruled out cancer, but she still needs surgery to get some lump taken out. I don't know. So then the conversation moves on, and Robyn pulls an ultimate mean girl move. She invites everyone's kids to something that she's having, except for Wendy, who definitely has kids that are the same age as hers. And I thought that wasn't right. Like, she could have did that in private. She didn't have to do it in front of Wendy. Even Charisse called it out. So you're not inviting her? She's like, no. And Wendy's like, you know what? That's a character flaw because I draw the line at kids. So that just shows me how you are. Robyn doesn't give a fuck. She's like, I don't care. You can call me a terrible person. I don't know. I think that was pretty mean, Robyn. You didn't have to do that. Y'all let me know in the comments how y'all felt about that. I mean, I get it. I'm not inviting somebody I don't care for to my event. I don't know. I don't think Wendy did anything that warranted that from Robyn. But look at Robyn, like clocking in. Like we are getting a different Robyn this season so far. Cause she's still Giselle's guard dog. So all the ladies are headed out. I'm thinking the scene is over, but production is not done yet. They are shady. Oh my God, we got ourselves a hot mic moment from Wendy. She's talking to her producer and she's like, how do you feel about Mia? She's like, well, it's okay. You know, me and Karen are the only one giving her a chance. But, you know, we all know she's lying. They cut back to 20 minutes ago when she said she never called Mia a liar. Oh, man. They got your ass. Producers don't have any type of loyalty to these women. Ooh, Wendy, they got you, girl. They got you looking two-faced as fuck. But hey, I'm guessing if Mia can be a liar, then Wendy can be two-faced. Also, that's a rookie mistake she just did. Isn't this like her third season? Don't she know that once the scene is over, you don't say nothing like, you know, incriminating or messy until that mic pack is off of you? So next scene we're with Candiace. She's at her house and she's doing her IVF process with her doctor on FaceTime. She's just saying in her confessional that she shouldn't be going through this stress. Well, the added stress of Giselle's accusations. And she says she's learned not to trust Giselle motherfucking Bryant. I mean, Monique learned the hard way, Wendy learned the hard way, and now Candiace. Like, do not trust Giselle. She will backstab you. She's backstabbed everyone on the cast, with the exception of Robyn, involuntarily though. Next scene we're with Karen and Ray as they go to the nail salon. Karen and Ray's scenes aren't the most interesting, but I'ma watch. So she basically asks him while they're both getting manicures, is he jealous at all that his wife, and she's referring to herself in the third person here, is getting so much attention? Are they gonna like roll back the footage when we see like a group of men, you know, staring Karen up and down or something, or we just have to take her word for it? It's interesting that Ray calls his wife a flirt, that she likes to flirt with other men. I'm starting to think this scene is just here just as foreshadowing for a rumor about Karen later in the season. Anyway, next scene we're with Ashley and her brother, and they're going to check out the house in Arlington that she's interested in making an offer for. This realtor that she's using basically works for Michael, so Michael is still in control of everything. So y'all correct me if I'm wrong, because I think I may have missed something in this scene. Like, it looks like Ashley didn't know something that Michael did regarding buying the house and getting a loan from the bank. Like, it's already done already, even without her say. So now she's just like, oh, well, I didn't know that. Like buying a home that's contingent on their marital status. So if it's bad, that means he's gonna buy the house? Like, yeah, someone clear it up for me. Because then we see the producer asking Ashley, does that bother you that he's lying to you already about the finances? And then she's too choked up to answer. Anyway, she continues talking to her brother and just coming to terms with the realization that her marriage is over. And it's very overwhelming for her. I just hope she gets a settlement. I hope she gets that child support because it looks like she's completely on her own now with 2 kids. So next scene we're with Robyn at her house, and unlike Giselle's, this is really nice. It looks like they ain't broke no more. So we get our first Juan Dixon appearance, and y'all know I love me some Juan. He looked like a little tired though, a little stressed. I hope everything is okay. Now, he can still get it, but he just looked a little tired, like he needed a nap or a vacation or something. I don't know why they're talking about the wedding like they're gonna get married anytime soon. So then Robyn brings up to Juan the possibility of a prenup. At first he's a little taken aback, like, the fuck? He's like, I don't care. I make more money than you anyway. Ooh, and then look Robyn gave Juan. That look tells me, babe, I don't want to embarrass you right now in front of the cameras. You might want to attract that, but I'll let you have this one. We then cut to her in her confessional, and production, messy ass production, wants a clearer response. When they ask her, does Juan make more money than you? She's like, when did he say that? He didn't say that. He said he will make more money than me. And you know, production, we rewind, and he definitely said he made more money than Robyn. So, who knows? Juan then asks Robyn, why are you bringing this up now? How come you didn't worry about a prenup when we first got married? And she's saying, well, in her confessional, that when they divorced, they were both broke anyway. Robyn is ridiculous. I still like her though. Here they go again with their uncomfortable conversation. Robyn is saying some truth about Juan. Juan don't like it. He's telling her to stop. They've been doing this for, I don't want to say the first season, but they definitely have been doing it for 5 seasons in a row. Juan does not like being called out on camera for his ain't shit N-word ways. Cause I just know he did Robyn dirty back in the day. Like Robyn should be on Basketball Wives, to be honest. Like I thought she should never be on Potomac. Basketball Wives is for her. But, you know, thankfully Giselle upgraded her to Bravo. In the end though, Juan says he's very happy for Robyn and her success and he wouldn't want any of that. So if she wants it in writing, so be it. This seems just a waste of time though, because we know they ain't getting married anytime soon. It's gonna be 2025, I'm gonna be 40 years old, we gonna be on what, season 9? So next scene we're with Wendy as she goes see a doctor about hair loss, and while I applaud her for sharing this journey, I'm gonna fast forward. Next we're with Mia meeting up with Robyn for lunch, and I don't know what Robyn is wearing, this bedazzled hoodie that looks right out of a Goodwill bin, but I'm gonna try to ignore it, but it's very distracting. She says she invited Mia to lunch to make sure they're both on good terms after Karen's spring event where she was thrown under the bus right with Giselle for questioning her Instagram post. So as they're talking, I'm thinking at first, oh, it's over, she doesn't have cancer. But Robyn is still trying to get to the bottom of things because Mia has been posting some more about her cancer non-diagnosis. She's talking about she had to get lumps removed, no cancer yet, biopsies. It's still misleading. Like, it really does look like she's just posting this for attention. I'm sorry, Mia. I think you're the first person on this cast that I'm done with. Even before Candiace. Like, she is a liar. I really don't believe anything she says. I think she should not be back on this show. This is worse than when Kim Zolciak said she had cancer. I swear, like, I don't know what she's talking about right now. Now she's talking about lumps on her ass. So now they finally changed the topic, and now they're talking about what was going on with Candiace and why she stormed out the dance session. So now Robyn is filling in Mia on what Giselle said about Candiace's husband, Chris. And then Mia says she has something to add now. Mia is saying that at Karen's spring event that just happened a few weeks ago, Chris was staring her down. So production, they are on it. They go back to a scene and they say Chris not looking at Mia. So she's lying again. Oh man. Now why are they trying to make us like Candiace? Why? They're gonna have to do a lot more than that. I'm gonna need a Beyonce cosign for me to like Candiace. So she keeps talking about it and production is saying Chris still not looking at Mia. They got a whole sense of humor. Production is definitely the 8th cast member on this show. And I don't know, should we all absolve Robyn? Because she keeps bringing this Candiace and Chris situation up. Like, I feel like Robyn's just bringing it up so she could play producer and just see what the other ladies are going to say about it. So now, so far, we have Ashley saying something about Chris, Giselle, and now Mia. Ooh, I know Candiace was heated watching this. Heated. I just like saying that. I'm sorry. So next scene, we see Giselle going over to Karen's house to visit. And like I said in a previous review, I love seeing them more as friends than enemies. We cut to Karen's confessional. She's like, Giselle and I are on a new path, and I'm excited. I still don't trust her, but I'm excited about it. I'm glad Karen is smart enough to know that Giselle is not to be trusted. Ever. Oh, Giselle and these 3-inch stripes on her head. Like, she just looks ridiculous. So they're talking and Giselle is just filling Karen in about how Ashley's dance class went. So they get to talking about Candiace and Chris, and Karen already knows about it. So they discussing it amongst each other. Interesting, so Karen says off the bat that Chris should apologize to Giselle. Now, I was talking to a friend about the whole Giselle, Candiace, Chris situation. He made sense when he said that however Giselle felt, that's how she felt. That was her comfortability. She never said Chris did anything to her, like said the word sexual assault or anything like that. She just said Chris made her feel uncomfortable, and that's just how she felt. You can't question that. And now that I think of it, I'm like, well, I guess, but it's still Giselle. That's why I'm like, Chris wouldn't do that, but you just don't know. You don't know how she felt in that moment. I will say that Candiace is playing up the victim card a little bit. Is anybody following me here? And it's not just because I don't care for Candiace, but she did feel uncomfortable, and that's her right. So who are we to say, like, oh, you shouldn't have felt uncomfortable? You know? So I don't know. It's a tricky situation. It's also regarding two people I can't stand. So at the end of the day, I don't care. But I'm just reviewing what I'm seeing and trying to get different perspectives on the situation. So as Giselle and Karen are talking, meanwhile, we cut to Candiace and Chris going out to lunch together. I'm assuming they're going to go back and forth between scenes now. Right now, Candiace is talking about her frustration with her IVF journey. I'm guessing something isn't taking and the process isn't working. This is warranted, but we have another Candiace sighting of the perfectly folded tissue. I'd have to point it out. Candiace then brings up the Giselle situation because she calls it stress, and that stress is affecting her ability to produce eggs. Now, is that a quantum reach? I don't know. Y'all tell me. So from Chris's point of view, because he's in Candiace's confessional, he said he was very angry at first. And I think he's talking about the verbiage that was being used. Now, I didn't hear Giselle say the words luring or, Chris trying to set her up to get her alone. I don't know. The only verbiage she said that gave me a side eye was the sneaky link or some shit like that. He was trying to see if I was with it. Like, that gave me a side eye because I'm like, I don't think Chris wants any of y'all. So we're going back and forth as they explain what happened from Chris's point of view and Giselle's. The first contradiction is Chris says that Giselle suggested her room. And then we cut to Giselle and she's saying that Chris suggested it. Guess we won't find out till the reunion. So it looks like this reunion took place at a hotel. And Chris goes to her room. He says the door is open. And they both agree on leaving the door open just so she's comfortable. But Giselle says she's uncomfortable right off the bat as they start talking. Karen asks, well, did he touch you? Did he say anything wild? Giselle says no, but it was just the fact that it was happening made her uncomfortable. So this is the verbiage she's using. She's saying, well, I'm talking to a married man and we're in a room alone together and now it's his word against mine. So she's taking it to a whole nother direction. It also seems like this interaction between them didn't last very long. Karen does tell Giselle that she's within her right to feel how she felt in that moment, no matter if Chris didn't understand that or not. So then she actually brings up her experience with another cast member's husband of hugging her and I'm guessing squeezing a part of her breasts. And she felt uncomfortable by that. Now, after Karen said that, production is now scrubbing every scene from seasons 1 through 6 to see what happened. You know who I think it was? I think it was Mia's husband. That's who I think it was. But anyway, maybe they'll let us know during this episode. Production even asked Karen, can you share who it is? And she says no. She said she talked to Ray about it. I think she said her pastor too, that she felt uncomfortable, but she said it wasn't big of a deal enough to sound the alarm. She said it was 3 years ago. So what, season 4? Damn it, so it's not G. Who can it be then? Monique's husband? Who else? It's not Juan. That's the only person I can think of is Monique's husband. I wonder who it was. We're gonna find out. Now, Karen does tell Giselle that this is a pretty private moment that you could have told him off camera instead of like passing it around the group. And then Giselle throws Robyn under the bus for saying that she brought it to her. So it also looks like they know that Robyn told Mia about what Giselle said about Chris, and Giselle says she hasn't really talked to Robyn since then about that. I think production is salivating at the idea of Robyn and Giselle beefing. That would definitely keep Robyn on for 2 more seasons too. So then Messy Production asks Karen, do you think there's a crack in the Green Eye Bandits' friendship? And she says yes. So we switch back to Candiace and Chris, and we see Robyn entering the scene and joining them for lunch. And again, what is Robyn wearing? Is she shopping at Goodwill, a dress barn or something? What is it with these fashions? I was just complimenting Robyn in the first episode. So when Robyn comes up to Chris, he don't know what to do. He just looks at Candiace for confirmation. She's like, nah, don't act like that with me. Give me a hug. So they hug. It's all good. I do like Robyn's hair though. It's just what she's wearing. Like, what? So I guess they get right into it because the mood's already awkward, being that Chris is afraid to even touch anybody anymore. We cut to Robyn in her confessional, and she's saying that she disagrees with Giselle and why she felt uncomfortable around Chris. So that's your own friend hanging you out to dry. So I'm really curious as to how they're going to move forward with this. But, I did see them all at BravoCon, and Giselle and Robyn are thick as thieves, so they're good. They're not beefing. So now Robyn is just sharing her timeline with Chris and Candiace and saying it started with Ashley, saying that he slid in her DMs, and Robyn wants to get it straight saying, well, you didn't slide in her DMs, you responded to a story. So she's helping Chris out here. She also lets him know that Giselle told her after the reunion, what happened between her and Chris, and she felt uncomfortable. And Robyn was just like, shrugged at it and said, I didn't really think anything of it. Chris, again, is just trying to plead his case. And I feel bad for him. Like, he's been so nice to the other ladies, like cooking for them, everything. It's his wife that we don't like. Candiace then brings up the spring event and says how Giselle had no discomfort when she saw Chris. So, which is it? Robyn wants to know, where do we go from here? How do we fix this? And what Candiace wants is for Giselle to bring it back, retract her story, and clarify that Chris wasn't trying to hit on her or anything. We cut back to Giselle and Karen, and Giselle says she hasn't heard from Candiace in a week. She does say that she heard from Chris and he apologized, but she said at the end of the day, she felt how she felt. She stands by her story 100%. And that is where the episode ends. Oh man, I just hope this season doesn't go into a dark direction, and I don't want to be fighting with y'all. I know y'all love Candiace or whatever. Anyway, y'all let me know, does Giselle have the right to feel uncomfortable? That is the question. Even if we can't stand her, did she have the rights? That's what I want to know. So sound off in the comments, and yeah, make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see y'all for the next episode. Bye.